In this video, I want to show you how I made a profit of more than 6 lakhs trading Bitcoin in 2026 and what are the three most important lessons that I've learned trading Bitcoin. So as you can see here, this is my account in Delta.exchange. My initial capital was around 1.2 lakhs and I've made a profit of around 6 lakhs and I've paid a brokerage of around 1 lakh in commission. That means my net profit is around 5 lakhs. So what are the three most important things that I've learned trading Bitcoin? Number one is that you have to wait for a big move. So the big moves in Bitcoin don't happen every day. Even though you can see that initially a few months back, Bitcoin price was around 110,000 US dollars and currently it is at 66, 67,000 US dollars. That means it has corrected from its peak by around 40%. But that doesn't happen overnight. So that happens over a long period of time in a few months. That means as a trader, you have to wait for big moves to trade in futures. Otherwise, what I did is that I stuck with using future options. So most of the time I was only doing option selling using my initial capital. That is because there were no big moves happening. So that is why I had to not touch futures, because I have to pay a lot of brokerage, which is my second point, is that whenever you're trading in Bitcoin, usually you take leverage and the brokerage is calculated on the amount that you're trading actually with. So if you're taking a lot of leverage, or even if it's a few times leverage, you are actually going to pay a lot more than what you're actually making. So the brokerage is very expensive. Keep in mind that whenever you're choosing a platform, make sure that the brokerage is very small. So I used Delta.exchange because it was the most popular, and when I used it, I actually liked the platform. It was very easy to use. The interface was very smooth. So that's why I actually started using Delta.exchange. Please let me know in the comments if there are any other platforms that you know or you use personally that has less brokerage and less commission that I can use, so that I don't have to pay a lot of commission. The third point, I think, is the most important point that everyone should understand. And I made this mistake. That's why I'm sharing it with you. That is about leverage. So leverage is going to be very costly. So never go more than 50x leverage. Even though the platform gives you 100x or even 200x, the problem with those kind of leverage is that the price don't move in a straight line. So if the price fluctuates and if there is some volatility, and if you take a lot of leverage, that can cause a lot of damage to your account. So to deal with this issue, what I did is, personally, I don't increase my capital. I have fixed my capital around 1 lakh and I'm not going to use more capital to trade, which means that even if I make some mistakes in leverage or my position, so if I have FOMO, my actual trading capital is not going to increase. So whenever I make profit, I take the profit out of the account, and whenever I make losses, I backfill the account so that my trading amount is fixed. So in the worst case scenario, I know how much I'm going to lose. So using that strategy, I can sit longer on the trades, and that actually helps me to manage my position without worrying too much about if it is going to go in profit or if it is going in loss, because I know my overall capital is limited. So those are the three things that I want to reiterate one more time, that the first and most important thing is that the big moves don't happen every day. So you have to wait for those setups to come to you rather than thinking that the big moves will happen every day. So you have to wait. So I would even consider only trading Bitcoin partially rather than doing it as a full-time job. So you can look at the charts and you see something interesting is coming up. Load up your account with some money that is predefined, rather than putting all your money. Put some amount you're comfortably able to sit for a long period of time and make some trade accordingly, rather than doing a full-time trading career in Bitcoin. Because the point two I explained, the brokerage is so expensive. So if you make it a full-time career, I don't know how profitable somebody can be because of all the brokerages and all the commissions that you have to pay. And the third point, like I explained earlier, the leverage is very expensive. So you have to understand that leverage is useful, but sometimes if you over leverage yourself, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So those are the three things that I want to share with you in this video. Hope you all like this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel.